Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah. May Allah accept our prayers. Alhamdulillah, today's lesson or episode in the Modesty Series is a very special one. And it is one that I will try my best not to spend too long. And in fact, this Saturday for the youth night, or rather family night, after the Taraweeh, we will spend more time on this topic. And this topic today is haya, with parents and elders, the lost adab. So if you've been paying attention to how this is building up, first we talked about privacy and boundaries and how that is the foundation for respect in the home. Then we moved on to talk about how parents should parent at home, which is essentially how parents should treat their children at home, using the same rules of boundaries and privacy to build respect. Now today we are talking about how should we treat our parents and our elders, especially in accordance to the rules of modesty, the rules of haya. So haya is not only about how you dress and what you look at, but it's also about adab. It's also about manners. Dignified manners come from knowing Allah's rank. And this is going to be the main point. Everything I'm about to say is for you to understand this point. Knowing Allah's rank, then honoring the people that Allah gave a rank. So everything I'm about to talk about in regards to how we should treat parents, how we should honor parents, you don't do it because simply they are your parents. You do it because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded you to. And we will see why in a second. In Surah Al-Isra, Quran chapter 17, verse 23, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, بَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما. What does Allah say? وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَنْ لَا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. For your Lord has decreed that you worship no one but Him, but Allah. And then he follows that with وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Honor, respect, be dutiful towards your parents. Scholars have spoken in length in the wisdom about why would Allah first say that you must what? You must worship Him and Him only. And then follow that with obeying your parents, being respectful to your parents. One of the understandings of the scholars that I really liked was when Allah asks you to obey Him, to worship Him, is there an invisible hand from the heavens controlling you to go to the masjid and pray? No. You do that of your own will because you recognize Allah's authority. You recognize Allah's greatness and you worship Allah of your own free will. It is your choice to worship Allah. That is what Allah will judge us on the day of judgment. He gave us the choice. Did you do what He asked you to or not? The same way that it is your choice to worship Allah, it should also be your choice to respect and be dutiful to your parents. Don't respect your parents because they said so. Respect your parents from your own free will because that is what makes sense. The same way that it makes sense to worship Allah, the same way it should make sense to you to be respectful and dutiful to your parents. Do not be forced to respect your parents. And by the way, this reminder is not just for the children here. If you are a child or a young person who live with your parents, this lesson is for you. If you are a parent, but your parents are still alive, this lesson is for you. If you are older or you are a parent, but your parents are no longer in this dunya, they have returned back to Allah, this lesson is still for you to recognize where did you mess up and what you should ask Allah for forgiveness for. So all of us should pay close attention. This is when we talk about parents, please don't leave it for just the young kids. And then when I say something, you turn to your daughter or your son, you hear what the Imam said, right? No, all of us should hear what Allah said. inshallah. So from this, فَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا uff. Lower your voice, soften your tone when you speak to your parents. Never allow yourself to lose control. Why did you? I didn't even. A'udhu billah. Subhanallah. Do not allow yourself. If you know that you are someone who is sitting here and you raise your voice to your parents, even those of us who are older, right? Those of us who have our own children, you think, oh, I'm grown now. So I'm going to what? To, my mom is back home saying something that don't make sense. Mom, no. You can't let them treat you like you can. If I send you money back home, you can't take the money and then give it to other people. Come on, mom. Uh-uh. They are still your parents. We must respect them no matter what, because this is what Allah has asked us to do. Speak with honor even when you disagree. This is a challenge, especially for those of us growing up in the West. The West has taught us this idea that you must attain your idea of freedom, not freedom according to Quran and Sunnah, but freedom according to Western values. Whatever threatens your freedom, you must do whatever it takes to go against that, even if it is your own parents. So my parents are infringing on my rights. This is a sentence you will hear. And it's not like people who are being absolutely, subhanAllah, you go throughout even this country, terrible cases of parents who just abuse their children, lock them up in sheds and refuse to feed them. No, we're not talking about these extreme situations. We're talking about you want something and your parents said no. And all of a sudden, this is abuse. And you use this as an excuse to disrespect your parents. This is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hold you accountable for. Again, on Saturday, we're going to go more into detail because I'm trying to pay close attention to the time and we have a few points that we need to make. But please be very careful about how you speak to your parents. Do not embarrass them publicly. Do not embarrass your parents publicly. This is not modest. This is not, somebody who has shame. You speak to your parents anyhow. Our young ones, let me teach you something. If you are out with your parents, don't do too much of, can I get this? Can I get that? Oh, mommy, can I? Have mercy on your parents. And your parents will pay attention. Huh, you didn't ask for nothing. Yeah, listen, come here, let me get you something. And then they get you something from their own free will. That feels much more rewarding than you're always demanding. You demand and demand, and when you go home, they ask you to do something, then you don't want to do it. Make it make sense. So please do not clap back or talk to your parents like they're your friends. Do not embarrass them publicly, and do not be sarcastic with your parents. A lot of these are things that perhaps you do and your parent don't say nothing. Still don't do it. Don't do it because your parents are okay with it. Avoid it because Allah told you not to do it. I hope this is making sense. Allah continues in that same surah in the next verse, verse 24. واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. Lower to them the wing of humility, meaning be humble. Be humble to them out of mercy and pray, oh Lord, be merciful to them as they raised me when I was young. The way that my parents were merciful towards me when I was just a baby, they could have pumped me like a football. They could have treated me anyhow. And then what did they do? They stayed up all night. Stayed up all night. So much time out of your day to pump and then make sure the bottles are clean, and you have to make sure that you declog the bottle cleaner, and it's not easy. And they have to do all of this just for you to suck on milk, and in a few minutes you go to sleep. That's it. You're relaxed. And then you grow up and you have the nerve, the nerve, the nerve of some children today, or some not even children, grown adults are even saying these type of statements. I did not ask to be brought into this world. What do you mean by that? You did not ask for the milk when you was a baby. You got it. Oh, but now that you're comfortable and you're healthy and you have strength and you have clothes on your back, right? You didn't starve. You're speaking right now because you were fed. You didn't ask for that. But now you want to say, I didn't ask to be brought to this world. So you see the connection between obeying Allah and obeying your parents. Because if you dare disrespect your parents, it is as if you are rejecting the mercy that Allah has shown you towards your parents. So please be humble. I know our parents are not easy to deal with, but wallahi, do not forget what they have done for you. And those of us who are young, when we get older and when we finally have our own kids, oh, okay, I see what it's like. I see what they had to go through. May Allah allow us to keep this in mind. وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبِّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. Every sujood you make. This is something that I learned from my dad. Funny enough, my dad said he does it for his parents, and then now he taught it to me, and I'll do it for my parents. Every single sujood that you make, in every prayer, after you say your Subhan Rabbi al-A'la 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, make sure you make dua for your parents in every sujood. Rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. Ya Allah, have mercy on them the way that they had mercy on me when they were nurturing me and raising me. So may Allah have mercy on our parents. Do not treat helping them as like you're doing them a favor. Do not treat your parents like if they ask you to do something, like you're doing them a favor. Oh, you lucky I'm going to get up and do this for you. Again, here's a very interesting thing. The one who does not respect their parents is usually the same person who is an arrogant person. No way you can be a humble person, a modest person, and you disrespect your parents. It doesn't match. It's like a vegetarian that loves to eat chicken. It doesn't make no sense. Oh no, me, I'm humble. I'm a humble guy. I'm humble. I'm down to earth. I'm down to earth. But then you disrespect your parents. It does not make sense. Because there's no lower level of being humble than to lower yourself for your parents. Or there's no one more deserving of your humility more than your parents. So please, let's be humble to our parents. And then again, there's so much more I want to add to this, but we'll speak more about this on Saturday, inshallah. There's a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said, "The pleasure of your Lord is in the pleasure of the parent." You want to go to heaven? You want to go to Jannah? Make sure your parents are happy. Easy. Easy. You want barakah in your life? Do you want blessings in your life? Make your parents smile. When's the last time you told your parents you love them? Right? And I know the little ones, I love you, mommy, I love you, daddy. They always have their political moves. I love you, mommy, then they ask for something. Parents, don't fall for that. But those of us who are older, when's the last time, like genuinely, right? What they say online, low genuinely, did I say that right? Genuinely, when's the last time that you what? You sat down with your parent, mom, dad, I appreciate everything that you do for me. And I never understood how difficult it is for you to be who you are. May Allah bless you. May Allah guide you. May Allah grant us Jannah together. Mom, dad, I love you so much. Say this to them and don't ask for anything afterwards. Say it for the sake of Allah. And inshallah, see the relationship between you and your parents. Us young people, we like to talk about, and I'm going to finish this now. Us young people, we like to talk about toxic parenting. Oh, my parents are toxic. My parents are toxic. If you feel like your parents have certain behaviors that are toxic, then why would you also reply with toxicity? Especially as a Muslim, be kind to them, show them mercy, and drain the toxicity from them. Because eventually they will respond to your love with love, inshallah. And this is the last point. Parent conflict, or your parents giving you a difficult time, see it as a test from Allah. Right? Look at the people in whether it's in Sudan, whether it's in Gaza, they have their challenges. That's their test. Their test is what they are going through. Some of us, our test is your parents. The way that you're, and my this, your mom, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and this, this. That's your test. Be patient and always treat them with respect. No matter how bad it gets, if even your non-Muslim parents are deserving of your respect, what about your Muslim parents? So this is something that is very important for us to understand. If you want to observe modesty, if you want to take advantage of how Ramadan can change us, improve the way you treat your parents. Don't sit here right now and think, oh, this doesn't apply to me. I respect my parents. Whatever you're doing now, try to do even more. because that's the point of Ramadan, for us to do more and eventually increase in taqwa, increase in how we can change ourselves. May Allah Ta'ala make it easy for us. There's much more for us to talk about on this. A lot of examples from the time of the Prophet, from the scholars, and even from today. So please join us on Saturday after Taraweeh so we can go more into this topic. The homework for tonight. What is the homework for tonight? Everyone here, children, adults, everyone here. If your parents are alive, call them or sit them down today, tonight, before you go to bed, and tell them how much you love them, how much you appreciate them, and make dua for them. Let it last at least 1 minute. Don't just come, Mom, I love you, Dad, I love you, bye. No, sit down, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Make dua. Tell your pet, Dad, can I make dua for you? Nah, and you sit down and you make dua for your dad. Even if you don't know any dua, just repeat the same dua again. May Allah forgive you. May Allah forgive you for 1 minute. Wallahi, that is good for you. And I'm going to end it with this. There is somebody personal that I know that every time he tries to do something, he succeeds. If he wants to invest in a business, he puts his money in the business succeeds. He goes to take a test, he passed the test. Everything, he's just successful. And everybody's like, yo, what's your secret technique? What is it? Or what dua are you making? What is it? He said every time he has to do something, he calls his mom. His mom is not in this country. He calls his mom and said, Mom, I'm about to do something. Keep me in your dua. I love you so much. Thank you so much for everything. And may Allah bless you and grant you Jannah. And then the mom gets so happy with him and she makes dua for him. Everything you're about to do, may Allah make it a success. Everything you touch, may it be a success, and then it becomes a success. That's the power in what respecting and loving our parents. So may Allah allow us to implement this. May Allah make us grateful, humble, and gentle with our parents and our elders. May Allah forgive us for our harshness and fill our homes with mercy and respect. And may Allah grant parents health and honor and grant us barakah through serving them. Ameen. Wa jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.